Hey guys, how's it going? Today we are going to be working on the doors that lead to our great room. So in the portico area, right here, you can see we've got a couple of Christmas trees out. There's some garland. We still need to take the fall trees down. And I'm going to attempt to use what I have at the house without having to go get extra supplies. Like the two Christmas trees that I would love to use out here, they're not the same. I hope that they're similar enough to where it passes. You can see that the box sizes are different, but they're both 6.5-foot Christmas trees. And they're both labeled pine. Like this is a festive pine. There's some more chickens. And this is a Wesley long needle pine. This one is 5 inches wider at the base than this one. But I kind of figured, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see very soon if I'm wrong. But I want to kind of place them where these trees are now. I think they're far enough apart and they'll be spread out by garland and other things going on that maybe it won't matter that they're slightly different, especially once we get lights and possible ornaments in them. I don't know, but I do not want to go buy more trees. I already kind of did my whole Christmas splurge with the new vintage tree up there, so I'm just going to try to use what we've got. So first thing I'm going to do is take the trees down, the fall trees, and hang the garland. So this is the cedar garland. They're 25 footers, and I'm thinking we might use 2 to make them nice and thick over this door. I think that would look nice. And then we may repeat the kind of ribbon detail we did on the kitchen door around the corner in this area, and maybe some big red ornaments, just something that'll pop. And I think, unless it got ruined, we might have a Christmassy looking mat up in the loft. We'll have to go look. I still have some supplies from our last project where we did those 2 little iron urns on the west side. I've got some noble fir boughs. There's some, what is that? Incense cedar. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Red twig dogwood. There are, I don't think there's actually anything in this box. No, empty. And we've got some pine behind the greenhouse and more magnolia, things like that. So we've got a lot of elements that we can use in this area. I just don't really know what's gonna come together. I didn't really have like a plan. Well, obviously I didn't have a plan for this space or like a new vision of something I wanted to do. So we're just gonna take after it. Let's do it. So I've got my paddle wire here. This is 24 gauge and I already have little hooks and nails around the whole door. So I'm gonna go ahead and go around and attach my wire first before I get my garland up there. Oh, you guys, double garland is the way to go, at least on a door this size. I did single with the garland on the kitchen door because it's just a single door, but that is so pretty. I love it. So we took 2 of the containers away from either side and just shifted these inward, which honestly, like, this is all you need. I could put some lights in the garland and some little ribbons and just call it good, but I think we'll go ahead and try it. The trees are up here. We may as well try it out, but I'm real happy with how it's looking so far. I'm just gonna stay. I'm not gonna fluff them yet until we decide if they're okay enough to both be out here. Okay, so they're clearly different. Clearly different. This one definitely is higher quality than this one over here. I haven't fluffed either of them yet though, but I think they're far enough apart that it doesn't really matter that much. We'll put something pretty around the base of them. I don't know if we'll be able to find something today, but it'd be pretty to put like a red tree skirt under them, just a piece of red fabric, and then use some red ornaments, red ribbon, put some red pillows on the benches, and I think we'll be set. I do need to run to the barn though. I need to get an extension cord that will reach from here over to the outlet. I need to get some lights for the garland and my ribbon, and probably pine cones to top dress these boxwoods in the urns. And I'm hoping that the lights in this tree work. Okay, I've got my extension cords, I got some lights, so let's see how this goes. Oh, all the lights work. Yay! Hopefully they're about the same color temperature. I think we need to move the big pots back in and maybe set the trees inside the pots. Oh, you guys, it is turning out so cute. So we ended up moving the pots back in, took the stands off the trees and just punched the tree down in the pot. And then if you look underneath the tree here, you can see I've got 3 bricks around the base just for extra stability. Then we brought the little pots back in, which these are Carex grass. They are kind of an evergreen grass, but sometimes if it's extra cold, they can start looking a little poor. So we'll just keep our eyes on them. We could pop in another boxwood, but I kind of like the texture we've got going on there. Oh, but I'm just loving it so far. So now we need to fluff the trees. We need to get lights in the garland and get ornaments in the trees. All that's coming right along. And I honestly don't really notice a huge difference in the trees. And I'm not sure if you were somebody who didn't set them up and weren't told that they were different, if it would really register, especially once there's more things on them to distract your eye from the differences. Good. I do have a feeling that this one, I don't know. These lights look like they're warm right here, but they look a little bit brighter than the other tree. I wonder if I should toss one incandescent strand in this one so that they match a little bit better. I don't know.
Here's
You found some more pine cones? Awesome. Oh, those are great.
Yeah, I got some giant.
Well, you know what to do with them.
This is kind of like an aging. This is kind of like the aging center.
Oh yeah.
Watch this.
Is one of them a twin? The 2 tops?
3 twinner.
Wow.
I didn't know. Well,
It's really cool, bud.
throw it in the pot.
Thank you.
I got a giant one. Look at that.
We need a good top dressing on those. Kids found our fireworks stash. Looks like we're gonna be doing some sparklers tonight. Kind of thinking we could use the big nutcrackers up here. Maybe. I'll go get them after we're done with this part. Okay, so I'm going to pre-cut a length of our paddle wire. Forgot to do last time when we did the door. So I'm going to set that up here. And then I think I'm going to fashion this bow pretty much the same as I did the one over our kitchen door, where we've got a big bow in the center and then we kind of just loosely wrap curls of ribbon around the garland. I think that would look really pretty. And it would tie in with the other door, which I kind of like. We're going to need long tails. Probably have to even add to that. So we're going to do a multi-looped ribbon or bow. So we've got our tail here. Then I'm going to take the ribbon, and this is not two-sided. One side is velvety and the other side is not. But since it's wired on the outside, we don't really need to worry so much about which sides are showing because we can manipulate the whole bow in the end. So we're going to pinch it together and create our loops. We're going to need kind of biggish ones. That big, maybe? Okay. So we've got our tail side, our loop, and then the side that's still connected to the spool. We twist our ribbon, and then we make another loop about the same size, roughly. About the same size, okay. Pinch it in the center, twist the ribbon again, and we're just going to keep doing that. I think I'm going to make about 7 or 8 loops. The last couple I'm going to make a little smaller than the first few. 4, 5, 6, making the 7th and 8th loop about half the size of the first few. Okay, so I've got everything pinched together in the center. We've got our 2 tails. So I'm just going to take my piece of paddle wire, wrap it around the middle, and then maybe, where's the other end? Okay, hang on. Wrap it around the middle, like so, and then we're just going to twist it really tight. There. It's all together. Now we can manipulate the bow however we want it to look, which I'll probably do more of once I get it up there. I'm going to go ahead and attach a couple of extra tails right to the back, so you can just pinch it, put it where the paddle wire is, and then just attach it with the paddle wire. Okay, so I'm working my way down the garland now. So to wire in just an individual piece of ribbon like this that I just kind of want to twirl around the garland, I just bunch it up on the top like this and just really tightly wrap the paddle wire around. Just kind of attach it so it looks like this right here. And I just weave it in and find a spot along the original garland to wire it off to. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. The other side looks a little different, and I can't figure it out because I've twisted so many ribbons around. Yes.
Let me know when you're ready, actually, because I think someone needs to hold them because they are too big, and I think they'll just scratch if they bounce on like the side of the gator or whatever. So let me know, and we can do it together. Okay. And one person can hold it.
Unless you want to do it right now since you're all suited up.
Yeah.
Can you do it now?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go get the nutcrackers together. They're a little bit large and heavy for me to do on my own. And then Aaron said that he doesn't want to bring them over on his own either because they want to teeter and scratch and yeah. Look out, chickens! Yes. Do you think these are going to be a little large?
No, they'll be great.
You think?
I love these.
Okay, well.
What happened to those other spiral things that you had?
Oh, those are up there.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Bring them down.
these grasses are gonna do. I'm gonna go grab a couple boxwoods, maybe a couple of arbs. All right, guys, I think we're pretty much done, other than I do need to order a new mat. Ours has just seen better days. It's been up there for years. But just look at all these fun decorations. I just love it so much. I love the pops of red up here. I love the red ornaments in the trees, the red ribbon, the red pillows. Oh, and the nutcrackers. And we used what we already had here on hand, which is so satisfying. And the nutcrackers ended up fitting in. They did fit in better once I brought the boxwoods out. Brought those up here, gave them a very light trim just to take off the scraggly top, so they should be okay. Plus they're under cover here. This spot does not get the prevailing wind. It doesn't get any snow or water or anything like that. So I do have to water these 4 boxwoods every couple of weeks. I have to splash a little water in there. But I think that that helped tie in the nutcrackers instead of having that super low grass layer. But doesn't it look like so much fun? I think going double with the garland was a good move. And I also think putting the trees in the pots was a good move as well. It just kind of made everything look a little bit more elevated, and it allowed us to keep the pots up here instead of having to go take them into the back. One less step. Because I will most likely use those again in the same location in the spring. And then we've got our pillows, which the colors of red don't quite match here, but that's okay. It's kind of this whole project. But these pillows I've been using for years. I picked them up at Walmart for like $6 or $7 a piece years ago. And I keep them in a tub during the year and then pop them out here for Christmas. And it's just an inexpensive way to have a bright pop of color. And then I picked up a pair of these nutcracker pillows like at Marshall's or TJ Maxx for really inexpensive too. And that's been 3, 4, 5 years ago probably that I picked those up and have been using them. And because this area is a little bit more protected from wind, the pillows might blow off on occasion if we get a super strong wind, especially from this side. They might fall off and then go onto the ground here, but we just pop them back up on the bench. And I do need to do a deep clean on these benches at some point. But from a distance, you can't really tell. And nobody's sitting on them this time of year. Nobody really sits on these benches ever, really. They're kind of more for looks than anything else. I think maybe next year we'll focus on possibly getting a couple of pairs of chairs to put on either side, like with a little table between them, where you could sit right here, like facing each other, like a chair and a chair with a table in the middle, and then repeat whatever we get on the other side. But isn't that fun? It's going to be interesting tonight, though, to see the difference in color temperature of the lights, because I do feel like that one is a little bit different than this one. This one's more yellow than that one. But again, they'll be separated enough where it won't matter too much. And then, you guys, we're going to come out and tackle these pots one of these days. I just hardly can. Look at how beautiful they still are. These are Rudbeckia called, I think they're called Maryland. I can't believe how close we are to December with them still having as much color as they do. We do have like a 22-degree night on the forecast at the end of our 10-day, but that's into December. And that will probably finish them off. So what we'll most likely do is come in here in the next little bit, like the next few days, we'll take everything out of these pots and I'll put some winter things in here and just kind of make it look a little bit more like it matches what we just did today. It very much so still has some autumn vibes here, which, I mean, some of our trees still have leaves. The willows still have leaves. Our locust trees, they are starting to defoliate. This one has defoliated way more. This one still has a few. Kind of fun to see what lasts the longest in the season. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for our project for today. I absolutely love how it turned out. It's bright and beautiful. You can see it from the lane, which is right here. So as you're driving by at night, like the nutcrackers are big enough to where you'll be able to see them. They make a statement. And of course, all the big pops of red. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.